Aloha everyone, this is Leimomi Keliikuli Intuitive Soul. I'm in co-chair and I wanted to make a video for you guys and share a little bit more insights about how to change certain mindsets to really shift in your business and in your life so that you have like more time, freedom, and more time to really connect with yourself and your family. And having the time to just do whatever you really want to do. So today's topic, I actually wanted to talk about the mindset about thinking that business before pleasure. And this is actually something very deep within you that probably has over time really affected how you show up in your daily life. And once I really worked on this internally and working it with my clients and working with this with a lot of the people who really actually follow me, I was able to actually create a lot more time for the things that I love doing, the things that are most important to me. And this is one of the biggest ones, is this idea that everything that you do needs to be like business before pleasure, right? So it's this mindset that everything that you do, you have to do something before you can have fun, before you can create something that is really what you desire and what you love doing. So today's topic will be about shifting the mindset, which is biz before pleasure, and how I actually have been able to do that by now working only 3 hours a day, and most of the time I actually spend more time offline and spend more time to create, pleasures for me and my family. And this was a very big shift for me recently. So I want to share this with my audience. It's like, how do you do that? Like, how do you shift your mindset to believe that it is possible to work less and actually have more abundance in time? So I think about last month, I actually had one of my biggest months ever by actually working less. And the funny thing is, we would think that if we work more, that actually we make more money, we have more time, we have more freedom to do what we want to do, but actually it's the total opposite. It is actually working less and having fun is what brings in better business, a better lifestyle. So you have time to, physically work out, you have time to journal, you have time to work on your mindset like this, right? These are kind of very basic things that you need in your life, is having the time to have time for what you truly want to do. And it's usually, time-based, right? You only have so many hours in a day to be able to achieve what you want to do, right, in your business, but at the same time achieve time with your family. Because I've been seeing a lot of my clients really sacrifice themselves because of this one idea, right, which is business before pleasure, right? This is actually really deep inside of our illusional subconscious that we actually are not really thinking about it. We're not really like thinking that we're doing this on purpose, but it's because of our culture, especially being American, that we are taught that we have to work really hard, right? And you have to be super professional, you have to look a certain way, right? Like all of these things that we've been told as a child that we're supposed to act in certain ways, and then X, doing this X, you will get Y, right? By you getting your degree, you're gonna get a good job, right? By finishing and getting A's in your schooling, you will get scholarships or whatever it is, right? And whatever you do with X, you will get Y. And this is actually what is probably sabotaging you to move forward, is this idea that if you do X, then you get Y, which of course this is karma, this is cause and effect, right? But from the perspective I'm talking about, from a spiritual mindset, is that your life is always unlimited time, as long as you are present, right? As long as you can enjoy the present of what you're doing, then you always feel like you have lots of time. But the way that we've been running our business in our life is like, I'm running out of time. I don't know, like if I'm gonna have time to take my son to his soccer games and then spend time with him in his soccer games, or, you know, like there's just like this idea that like time is running out and that we're never ever gonna get it, right? We're never ever gonna catch up. But it's so not true. The reason that you're not having time is because you think that you're limited in your ability to show up, right? Show up for X, Y, and Z, right? More time for more time. So about about actually 2 weeks ago, I wanted to test this about like seeing whether is this possible to have more time to do the things that I feel, you know, imposed to do. And so after I did my whole vacation and I actually achieved my vision in 21 days, my money income, I made way more money than I did over the past year, my monthly income, by just me having more pleasurable time. And so I wanted to test whether this mindset is also true, that if I change my mindset, business before pleasure, how can I change this from pleasures all the time, right? Pleasures that I want to create is all the time while I'm doing my business, right? So shifting that mindset to think that pleasure is first and then business just unfolds and does its natural thing. So actually I did that this past 2 weeks, ever since I came back. And what was so amazing was that actually I had way more time than I imagined. And I actually didn't know what to do with myself. So I spent a lot of time doing mindset work, spent a lot more time with my family. We went to nature a lot. We swam in the ocean like every day. And even actually today we're going to actually go to the other side of the island and spend more time having fun with my friends that came in over the weekend with me and my husband, actually my husband's friends. And we're doing grid work, and we're doing, you know, healing the land, and doing going to sacred places and things that like really means a lot to me. And so when I shift that mindset to be like, okay, I'm gonna do all of these pleasures at the same time while I have time to do things in my business, it was so interesting, because it was like just like that, like more money came in. I got a big private client. And I don't really need to worry about too much for this month. I have more time to have more pleasure, for at least for the next two weeks or so. If I wanted to, I can. So then it made me believe that, wow, if I just like go with the flow of having more pleasurable time to do what I feel like doing, then the money, the abundance, the people, the things that I need are just going to show up. And sure enough, it did show up. People, connections, things that I actually wanted to let go of, working on my health, working on taking care of very basic things like sleeping, and like I had way more time. And it was so much more fun to have this this belief that, oh, that belief that business before pleasure ever runs me anymore, because it was just so deeply ingrained that I had to work really hard. And then when I said no, like pleasures come first, and then anything else that comes with it, which is always my business, they come after. And sure enough, it did. So I want to share with you the 3 steps, the 3 major things that I did to change this belief, okay? So the first step was actually revamp your time schedule, okay? This was a big, huge one, because I had this belief that, again, like I had to work 5, 6, 8 hours a day on my business. And I had to like do certain things, right, in a certain way and all of this. And I got really anxious because, oh my God, like I'm not working on my business, then what's going to happen? Like everything's going to fall apart. I'm not professional if I'm not spending more time on my business, you know. All of those like mindset all came up. So what I did actually, I purposely changed my schedule. I changed my schedule where in the morning time, just for 3 hours, I worked on my marketing, my messaging, I put my content out there. I made a value post. And like right now I'm doing a live stream. I do my calls. I of course make my calls on certain days so that I know I'm just only focusing on calls. So we call that like grouping your schedule, right? Into certain days when you do certain things. And so that it's only really 3 hours a day that I'm actually online, because my business model for my souls, I need to be more offline than more online. So I was really afraid that, okay, if I'm less online, then I'm going to make less money. But actually, like I said, the funny thing is I made more money by not being online. I just spent, just the morning just to do the basic things that my online business needs. And then the rest of the day, I take a nap, I go for a walk, I play with my son, I teach him stuff. I, play in nature. We go play in the water. We just think about whatever we feel like we want to do. And at the end of the day, I do mindset work. I do like more things for my health, because I was finding that my health was lacking more because of the fact that I was spending so much time online, spending so much time on figuring out how I can, create more money and all of these things, right? It was really, really difficult. So that was the first step. I changed my time schedule. So the first step is revamping your time schedule. Second step is revamp your money schedule. So like I said, I set it up so that I could make money in 21 days, that I could make money in a shorter period of time. So I focused on creating some workshop or some webinar, like I did masterclass, and then put things on autopilot, revamp my systems and how I run things in my business. And how I make money is not necessarily tied into my time. Making money is me doing money-making activities all the time. How can I help others to make money, and how I can make money for myself, right? So I revamped my schedule so I had more time to create time for making money, right? The third thing was letting go of the idea that the more hard work I do, right, equals more money. But it's really not true. It's really not true. So I've been working on my mindset on this, like letting go of that idea that hard work equals money. Hard work does not equal money. Hard work is just the result of like spending more time to create something that will create money, right? So creating money and time, they go together. And so if you can change your mindset to believe that actually time and money, they just need to be balanced, then you need to spend enough time making, marketing materials, enough time making money-making activities, and balance that enough so that you have more time for yourself. Okay, so that's what I want to share with you guys today. This was really, really important that I want to talk about. That's why I'm jumping on here, but I do need to jump on my group call. But if you are really, really wanting to know more about how you can revamp your life and business so that you have more time freedom, so that you have more, time to be in nature, to have more time to create whatever you want, right? This is why I created my 8-week Mastering Your Soul's Gift program, and it's perfect on being in a group mastermind, people who really are doing the same thing to find out ways to have more time for themselves. So if you want to know more about that, you can go to my website at www.LeimomiKeliikuli.com, and I also have a quiz that shows you how to align to your right superpowers so that you're aligned to your soul the best way, right? So anyway, you guys have all a beautiful day, and I'll talk to you guys all very soon. Aloha.